Hey guys, it's Hannah. Welcome back to my channel. I told you guys I was here to stay, so here I am hitting you guys with another video. So today I found out something really cool. If you have an online membership for the Switch, then you get to download a bunch of Super Nintendo games and NES games for free. You can download both of them at the Nintendo store, and as you can see, there are a bunch of retro games, and I'm super excited because there are a lot of games on here that I want to play. I thought it'd be really fun to play the original Star Fox game today, which originally was made for the SNES, and I've never played this one, so let's just dive right in. Let's go on an adventure. Okay, so right away I can tell that this is sick. Look at those graphics. I love that like pixel art. It was just always so cool to me. And now obviously it's outdated, but the really cool art style, I always thought. Okay. Controls. Well, those controls do not apply to me, so I'm just gonna have to press random buttons and follow the prompts. Okay. Let's get going. Okay, wow. That's gonna be General Pepper. Okay, oh. Peppy, wow. Got all the classic characters. Falco. Okay, so right away, I'm having a hard time controlling this. The graphics are absolutely horrendous. But, I mean, for the time, I mean, when was this game made? The graphics have come such a long way. I think I'm trying to fly through the rings. It's confusing though, because when I press down on the joystick, I go up. And when I press up, I go down. Okay, great. Not sure what I was supposed to do there. Okay, so I have a boost. The rest of my team. This is awesome. I want to know, have you guys ever played any of these classic retro games? I'm sure a lot of you guys grew up with these. Depends how old you are, obviously. I was a little too young, so I didn't grow up with these. I think like the first games, the oldest games that I started playing were like the Nintendo 64, and I talked about that a lot in my last video. But this is just... Oh, I have to stay in formation. Ooh, not what I meant to do. Oh, I don't know how to roll. I'm not reading the prompts because I'm distracted talking to you guys. This is a lot harder than you would think. There's so much is wrong with me, Falco. I'm just trying to figure out what everything does. Okay, so we can shoot. Can I roll? How do I barrel roll? That's an iconic piece of this game.
Do a barrel roll!
Well, I don't know how to roll or to like tilt, you know what I mean? There's enemies. Wow, this is just brutal. I gotta say though, the reason I chose Star Fox was because Star Fox was the first series that I really got obsessed with as a kid. And it started with, oh my god, of course. It started with Star Fox 64, which kind of weird flex, but I will say that that's probably like the one game that I can confidently say that I've like perfected in a way, if that makes sense. It's just, I mean, granted it's a pretty simple game, so there's not a lot to it, but I feel like I know like all like the secrets, and I've just played it so much too that I've gotten pretty good at it. So let me know if you guys would like to watch me play Star Fox 64. That would be awesome. I don't know how to roll, Falco. Stop asking me things I don't know how to do. I'm pressing every button. This game was just not meant for this controller, I think. Oh my god. Okay, so just so you guys know, it's R. I was trying to press these and that wasn't working. It's this one. Oops, I gotta pay attention. Okay, well now we know. I've learned that like a lot of learning happens from just pressing random buttons on the controller. I feel like that's an effective way to learn. So yeah, I've always loved Star Fox, and I've got some good, embarrassing stories about the game and the series and how obsessed I was with them. I don't know why, it was one of the first games that I played ever, actually. And it started when my cousin, who was a big gamer, he had a Nintendo 64 in his dorm room, and we were really close, and the first game that he had me play was Super Mario 64, which is an excellent first game to play. I think it's arguably one of the best games of all time. But then he got me into Star Fox because he would let me borrow his Nintendo 64. Alright, so I'm getting better at rolling. But this is honestly harder than you would think. Also, does this end or is this just practice? I think it's just practice.
Also, does this end or is this just practice? I think it's just practice.
Okay, hi. So, sorry for the jump cut, but I figured out that that was just training that I was doing, and I feel a little more prepared now, so I'm actually going to enter the game now, and right away it looks just like the Nintendo 64 version, just worse graphics. It's like that classic map where you go from planet to planet. So we're starting in Quinaria, of course, classic. Let's see what they have to say. Quinaria at the base. Star Fox team, our last resort is to counterattack Venom. Good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, mysterious voice. Okay. Scramble. That sounds like it's gonna give me anxiety. What's a scramble? The only thing I scramble is my eggs. Terrible joke. I'm so sorry. Okay. Boom, let's do this. Sick graphics. Okay. Oh yeah. This is awesome. All ships check in. Alright. So far it looks just like the training area. So I don't know if this game is, I would assume it's the same format as the Nintendo 64 version, where it's kind of like a one-sitting game. Like, I don't think you can really save. You're supposed to play it all the way through. This game might be the same. I guess we'll find out. Ooh. Oh. Right. Oh my gosh. So I'd love to know if any of you guys are big Star Fox fans. If you are, let me know what game's your favorite. If I had to pick a favorite Star Fox game, I think I would have to pick Star Fox Adventures. And I know that's kind of an unpopular choice. I know there was some controversy about that game. It's definitely an RPG. It's not like this game where you're up in the air and you're shooting in a plane, which is kind of like, you know, the traditional Star Fox. So there's some criticism about Star Fox Adventures because it's definitely more of an RPG and there's very little this, whatever you call it. But I love it. I just think it's a great game. I mean, maybe it would have done better if it weren't like a Star Fox game, because it didn't really fit the mold of a Star Fox game, but I think it's a great game, and it's one of my favorites that I played when I was younger. By the way, if you want to check out one of my older videos from like 5 years ago, I started playing Star Fox Adventures, so be sure to check that out. I have a playlist of I think like 3 videos or so that I did on it. Okay, Slippy needs help. We gotta save him. Oh, you're welcome. Anything for you, Slippy. Ooh. UFO. What is it? Area 51? Oh my god. It's so hard to... I have no idea how to aim. Like, there is just no direction on how to do that. You just have to rapid fire. Oh my gosh. I know, like, some more modern shooting games and stuff have, like, a target, so you can see, like, where your bullets are gonna come up. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, this is it, you guys. We made it to the boss battle. You guys nervous? Palm sweating? I'm ready. Okay, well, I'm guessing that flashing thing is the weak spot. A little bit obvious, but no problem with that. It doesn't make it easy to hit, though. Wow. Okay. Oh, boom. There it is. Root arm. Okay, we got 2 more. This is not very challenging, I will say. If you just keep shooting, you just won't get hit. We'll see if it gets harder. But it is the first level, so I probably shouldn't get too cocky. Oh, there we go. Okay. Did we do it? No, it's not dead yet. Oh, it's up there. See that? Ooh, we can hit the back of it too. Boom, boom. Am I even hitting it? Okay, he's almost dead. Oh my gosh. Did it! Hey! Alright. Nice. Ooh, this music is awesome, by the way. So far, so good. Okay, what's next? No sweat, Fox. Alright, stage 1 clear. Alright guys, so I think I'm gonna call it quits right there, but be sure to give me a thumbs up on this video if you want to see more of this game, or feel free to leave a comment on suggestions that you want to see next. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until we meet again, my heroes, see ya.
Do a barrel roll.